Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, April the 17th, 2023. Monday, April the 17th. Well, after Friday's episode, I was hoping for some more action because it was good pretty much Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today was just moving some stories along. Okay. We had the review, the review committee. They met on Chase. Um, Blaze came in saying she'd like to speak, and she did a real good testimony on Chase's behalf, because they're talking about his record so far pretty much had been exemplary. But look, they don't know about how Janelle almost cost him his badge back in Florida, right? Because yikes. Anyway, but she framed him for that. But he did. He slept with her. She was, a victim, whatever, right? So anyway, she blackmailed him. Blaze did a good job. And then they were saying, they didn't know if he had the dedication or the passion, that it takes to be a detective. And Brooklyn, can I say something? And they're like, still got just a little bit, y'all. We already have a written statement from you. She goes, but I need to add something. And she talks about Chase, how selfless he is, and now he wants to help people, and he helped her, yada yada. So, needless to say, they took a recess. Blaze left. Chase and Brooklyn are looking at each other. Thank you for what you said. Bye. And then they came back and they said, we, the civilian review board, find, our findings are, and they leave us up in limbo. We don't know what they're going to do, but look, we know Chase is going to get his badge back because we're done with the whole singing thing, period. I don't want to revisit that again, y'all. We're done with that. So we'll find out tomorrow what they do. We have Sonny's at the hospital getting an update on Anna. He runs into Robert, who tries to give him a hard time, saying, you interfered in police investigations by sending Diane Miller in to represent, the suspect they have in custody. And he goes, well, for one thing, everybody is entitled to to a defense. And Robert said, not level A1 defense, like Diane Miller. And so Sonny says, I'm sorry, Robert. Didn't we find out that Victor's on the Haunted Star? Didn't we find out that Victor was behind the attempted murder of Lucy Coe? That Victor is behind the abduction of Lisa Obrecht? Didn't Diane find that out? Right? So Robert he had 2 cups of coffee. He was bringing, not coffee, tea. He was bringing one to Anna, one's for him. So Robert just walks away, right? And Sonny's like, psh, he didn't care. So Nina is talking to Sonny, and she goes, she's hearing, what they found out, which they already knew. Everybody knew Victor had Lisa and all the hostages. And Nina says, so that was you. I know you are doing everything you can behind the scenes, Sonny. And I really want to know, like, what happened? Where are you with it? And he goes, well, are you sure? Are you sure you really want to know? And she goes, yes, I want to know. So he told her, yes, that he's the one, told Diane to represent him. He said, because see, everybody could be bought. And Diane Miller is the best attorney that can get him the best plea deal. Okay? Yeah, he may be guilty, but it's up to the cops to take the plea deal if they want the information. And they want the information, And so she goes, oh, yeah, she goes, but look, you were just doing your civic duty. it was so interesting how everything he's saying, Nina was popping off with some justification for it. Nothing wrong with that. Look, he could have told her I had somebody on a meat hook, and she would have said, look, that was the only way you could get him to talk. You were within your rights, right? She would have made it all okay. So anyway, that was funny to me. And she goes, I love the mic. I was in love with the mic in Nixon Falls, and I'm in love with Sonny Corinthos, who you are. Oh, yeah, okay, Nina. Long as he finds your Aunt Liesel for you, right? So now we have Robert. He's still a little pissy with the tea, and he runs into Diane, and he's kind of giving her a little attitude. And so she goes, well, what's going on here with you? And she goes, well, I got some Earl Grey for Anna, but she's being examined, and it's going to be a while. So the tea's going to get cold. So, and then he says something to Diane, and like, why are you here? Oh, you here to report to your boss? And she goes, well, for one thing, Robert, I am the senior partner at my own firm that I own. She says, I don't have a boss. She's like, now, Sonny Corinthos is one of my clients, but he is not my boss. And he goes, well, I just hate, so they go and sit down. And Robert goes, I just hate that, don't you feel like you've sold out? And she goes, wait, she's getting ready to slap him, right? she says, what do you mean? Well, you're defending a very guilty, suspect or criminal or whatever. And whereas, and Victor Cassadine still has all the hostages. And Diane said, let me tell you, I am not selling out anything. She says, how many plea bargains does your office accept all year long? And he looked at her. Well, I mean, yes, we accept plea bargains. She goes, like, you're going to accept this one. What does that have to do with selling out? I got the information that was needed. And in return, my client is getting a deal. So she goes, tell me, Robert, did you sell out? How many times did you sell out when you and Holly were doing all the things you were doing? Well, mate, that's different. I can't do Robert's accent. Have you noticed that? I've never tried to do Robert's accent. he goes, that's, and plus with this, I really can't do it. Can't even do, well, I was about to give away the beans there. And so he goes, well, that was different. She goes, oh. And how about all the times you and Anna were out there doing things? Weren't you selling out? Bending the law for your own purposes? Well, again, that was different. She says, no, it's not. It's no different. Okay. We all do what we feel we need to do in the line of duty. I'm no different. So Diane, she's such an attorney. Oh my goodness, Diane. I'm like, slice and dice him, girl. You leading him right there to the slaughter. And she sure did. So he ends up inviting her to dinner. Because she says, you promised me a really interesting story on whatever the story's supposed to be. So he goes, well, how about tonight? And she goes, what? Well, how do you know I don't have plans tonight? And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. You probably do. I apologize. So she goes, well, actually, no, I don't have plans tonight. But a lady gets asked in advance in the future. Okay. In advance, so we can have time to prepare. And he goes, okay, in advance. All right. So they both get up and they're smiling as they are going to make the cutest couple. They really, really are. To me, they fit so well. They just do. I love those two together. So now Willow had Michael ask Jocelyn and Carly to come over, which they do. Willow talks to, they tell them they're going to get married tomorrow. And Michael asked Carly for her blessing. Why? I don't know. You didn't need her blessing, Michael. Carly do anything. So, of course, Carly said yes. And Jocelyn says, well, I want to help too. We want to help. And so Willow says, you know what, Jocelyn and Michael, can I talk to Carly for a moment alone? Just a moment alone. So they say, sure. And they go outside. Well, Willow talks to Carly about, when I'm gone. And Carly said, look, don't say when. Don't put that out there in the universe. And Willow says, I need to get this out. She goes, no, Willow, say if I'm gone. Just if I'm gone. And she was talking about how she's asking Carly to help broker a peace between Michael and Sonny. And Carly says, well, that I didn't want Michael to have this distance from Sonny. And so she goes, I know you didn't, Carly, but Sonny hurt you. And Michael's taking it very, very personally, how he hurt you. So you would be the one to be able to just broker a peace. She goes, I'm going to tell you. She says, lines are going to be drawn. They're already starting to be drawn. She says, now Dante does an excellent job of navigating between the two. She said, but Christina, she's all on her father's side. Christina has already started pulling away from Michael, being loyal to Sonny. She says, I don't want that to trickle down to Avery and Donna, because I don't want sides to be drawn, and now little Amelia's in the middle of it. She won't get to enjoy her aunts. Like, really, I want her to know her Aunt Christina. And Carly's like, she's understanding where Willow's coming from. And she says, so you want me to get Michael to forgive Sonny? And she says, no, not get him. Get, to me, sounds like you're having him do something he doesn't want to do. She said, I just want you to usher in a compromise, to broker in some peace if I'm gone. And so Carly says she could do that. She could definitely do that for her. Now, everybody, you all know, I am not a Nina fan. But shouldn't that Willow's whole logic with what she's saying? My camera's up a little high, I think. There we go. Fix it later. Willow's whole logic about broken peace, not having fractions and splinters, that should go to Nina as well. Should apply. You want Michael to be able to make peace with Sonny so Sonny could be in his grandchildren's lives. Nina is their grandmother, Willow. Same for Nina. Put those differences aside and broker a compromise and a peace for the sake of your children. But in reality, everybody, I see Willow already slowly doing that, don't you? Does anybody agree? Willow is slowly, when Nina comes over, letting her in. Willow is calm. Willow's not getting upset, with Nina. So by the end of this year, Willow and Nina, they won't be as close as Carly and Willow, but they will be close. They will definitely be close. I see that coming. So then we had, let's see. Oh, this was interesting. Gregory decides he's going to go and apologize to Alexis and offer his services to help her with reporting this kidnapping, yacht stealing, attempted murder, the whole 9 yards. He says, I realize that this is very personal for you. Pretty much all the people you're writing about is family. So I thought, why should my friend Alexis go through this alone? Let me go help her. We work well together. And she goes, oh, my friend Alexis. Oh, she was kind of like, quite frankly, I didn't think I would see you again. And so he says, I want to help. She goes, so it goes our friendship goes one way. You can help me, but I can't help you. And he goes, well, you know what, Alexis? My health is off limits. My health is my health. It's off limits. And so Alexis says, yeah, but what if something happens when we're together? I need to know what I'm dealing with, and I need to know what to do. And he's like, well, what happens if you get hit by a car? He was doing all these hypotheticals, right? No, those are my terms. My health is my health, right? So she's like, fine, I accept your terms. Let's get to work. She goes and gets some papers off the back credenza. She turns and she's handing them to him. So he's standing up to take the papers, and boy, does that man just almost completely black out. Stumble, papers flying all on the floor. He's on the ground and his head is on the ground. Not that it hit the ground, but he's so dizzy that all he could do was rest his head on the floor. And Alexis is like, Gregory. So she's trying to rush around to him, but the scene cuts as she's trying to reach, for his hand as he's falling to the ground But you know what? What she said earlier, boy, didn't that just slap him in the face 5 minutes later. At this point, he's down. Alexis doesn't know what she's dealing with. Do we start CPR? Do you have an EpiPen? Do we do mouth to mouth? Do I call 911? She doesn't know. So I think because look, he's gonna get up. I'm fine. He'll be doing all that, and then she's going to insist. No. I'm not going through this again, because I don't know if me just looking at you is gonna help you or hurt you. Watch, it's gonna help you or hurt you. So we'll see what happens with that tomorrow. But I think Alexis is going to put her foot down tomorrow. So guess who's back? Y'all were right. We had some guesses. We said Frisco. We said Holly. And it's Holly. And I can tell Emma Sands is doing much better health-wise. Her face looked healthier and happier, and even her posture was so much better this time around. So she's healthier. And I don't know about you, everybody, her accent wasn't as strong today. Normally, Holly has this strong, Robert, that's about as good as I could do with my voice. Robert, I didn't hear all that this time. And so they're going to this auction. She got a tip that Ethan was on this island, right? And Felicia came to find her. Felicia's a much better PI than Sam is, right? Anybody else feel that way? Felicia's better than Sam. So they go to this auction, bribe their way in. Now, Victor, only his invited guests are on, different TV prompters because they're all over the world. They're going to bid on Ethan. The highest bidder gets to kill him. And they're starting the bidding off at $1 million. Now, quite frankly, Holly was led there, to me, so she could watch her son die. That's Victor. That's classic Victor Cassadine. But somehow Holly and Felicia are going to get Ethan, right? They're going to get him out of there. And of course, we have a different actor playing Ethan. So they recast Ethan, which who cared? I wasn't married to the other Ethan. He's been away so long. Who cares? Right? This could be Ethan. Some other guy could be Ethan. Nobody cares. So Ethan is back and Holly is back. So whoever in Comment Corner said Ethan and Holly, you looked ahead, didn't you? You spoiler alerted us, right? All right, let's go to Comment Corner. Comment Corner. Scott says, great video. You sound even better at 1.25 speed. So I guess he's speeding up my voice. Shortens the watch time by 5 minutes too. I love it. I'm a subscriber now. Well, thank you, Scott. Welcome, welcome. I'm just getting over some kind of little respiratory thing, and it's still lingering. Those of you out there suffering from this, you know what I'm talking about. It still lingers for some reason. It's been about 4 months, not 4 months, 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks I've been dealing with this. So Scott, welcome. I'm sounding better than I was a week ago and even the week before that. So Brooklyn says it was great having you feel better. Thanks for the recap and comments. Brooklyn also says YNR's big mistake was firing 5 writers. This one has lost his mind, especially since YNR has been #1 most of the times. It used to be #1 in the ratings, right, all the time, but it's not. I see. Wait. It just dawned on me. Brooklyn, you're doing a YNR comment on my G. You know what? This is my YNR. Uh-oh. That's on me. I picked the wrong Comment Corner, y'all. Let me get the right one. Oh, my goodness. Here we go, because I'm thinking the other one was YNR too. Okay, here we go. NK Rose says, back from Ireland and loving most of the new episodes. Deborah says, Trina is brave to think she can escape from that boat. Victor is crazy. He now wants Spencer to hurt his family that he loves. His family that he loves. I hope Sonny finds that boat. Will they find Lisa in time? I hope so. What do I think they will all do with Lucy? She got away with nothing happening to her. Then that's exactly, we're not going to even see Lucy for a long time. I don't like that. She is responsible for the whole thing. If Victor didn't follow her to the safe house, he couldn't have done any of the things. And still, baby Ace kidnap Spencer, shoot Anna. What do you think will happen to Lucy? I think, unfortunately, nothing. And I just don't even want to see Lucy on screen anymore for a long time. And then Lucy, but his daily recap commenter, Lucy, says after Gregory gave his little speech about second chances to his sons, it was good to see Chance with a new attitude towards Brooklyn. They both gazed into each other's eyes and smiled. I do not like Chase and Brooklyn. Sinden says, I always fast forward with Maxie and most of the things with Gregory. Me too. Except for Gregory and Alexis. I like Gregory and Alexis. Sinden says, I'm glad Spencer rejected Victor's evil ways. He sees that Victor thinks he owns his family and will dispense with any of them if they don't go along with what he wants. Sidney says, I have been wondering whether Trina knew how to operate the ship's radio once she got there. She did find the cell phone, the sat phone, really, satellite phone, and used it to notify Port Charles. She shouldn't have taken the walkie. I know. Why did she do that? Walkies within themselves are loud, right? It's only good for in-ship communications, and Spencer doesn't have one. That is so true. Besides, Victor's people immediately noticed it missing. And then Susan said, I don't know why she took it. Curtis told her not to take it. Well, he told her not to take the phone, but look, that meant a walkie too. Where is her skinny purse? I know. Her shiny purse. Hope the guards don't find it. And Kim says, she loves Sunny. She get Miss Wu arrested for her legal activities she's doing and take her down. As for Michael, he shouldn't go after his father anymore because of poor Willow. Yes, they are dragging the surgery for Willow. As for Trina and Spencer, I hope they never get caught. I hope Victor gets caught real soon. What happened to Lucy? Cares what happened to Lucy. Haven't seen her around, but I can't stand Lucy. But most of all, I feel sorry for you. Please feel better soon. Yeah, I will. It's one of those things. Susan says Valentine was telling Anna that Lucy made her debut at the ball. He should have told her that she fell through her own picture. Well, I don't think he knew that. That would have been funny. I guess he realized he should make her laugh, or shouldn't make her laugh too hard, because she is still recovering. And then Cindy says they can't find the boat because the tracker or the non-tracker, the boat can't be spotted by the Coast Guard or anyone else. I do believe that Sunny can get some planes in the sky to spot the boat. That's my opinion. Yeah, I believe planes should be in the sky, Cindy. And Susan says, I'm with you. Hope Sunny gets someone up in the air to spot the boat while Victor is sleeping. It would be hard to see a boat in the dark, though, unless the boat lights are on at night. When he comes down on the boat and helps Trina, then he comes down and helps Trina, Liesl, Spencer, and finds baby Ace and leaves the boat and shoots everyone that gets in his way. Look, that's a Jason Morgan thing. Like Victor's goons and Victor. I saw his contract was not renewed. I hope this means Victor will be history via Sunny. And Annette says the haunted star is invisible. When will Brooklyn close her mouth? Those are the bearing questions for today. And then Annette says, if the haunted star comes down on one of our bayous, better believe the Boy Scouts would be on their case, LOL. Carrie says, taking the walkie was not a good idea for Trina. I'm with you on the purse hidden. Love the darker hair on Maxie. Maybe the Coast Guard is on Victor's payroll and they haven't found the boat by my assumption. Have a wonderful weekend, Recap Lady. And Alicia says, if they get a caterer within 24 hours, I'd love to know about that, if they can get one. That last scene with Victor and Spencer, did anyone notice the dead look in his eyes when he spoke to Victor? Yeah, I think he's prepared to do whatever he has to. I believe Dr. O knew Spencer was creating a diversion. She may have, because yeah, Spencer had a knife, but Obrecht can fight her behind off, right? Susan says, I think so too. She had seen Trina and created a diversion by going after Victor herself. Yes, I'm sure she's enjoying attacking him. Will Willow get saved and live? And that was by Adrian. And Anne says, Maxie's hair looks terrible. I'm tired of Brooklyn's silly self. And goodness, let's see, y'all. We're almost done because my voice is getting ready to give out. YAA says, it makes absolutely no sense that this man will abduct this young man, unroot his life just to disown him and starve him. Victor's definitely bipolar and exhibits small D energy. With all of those guards, he's still throwing his weight around, shaking my head. Don't care for Finn and his family's non-interesting, stale reputation drama. Not here for Willow 24 hours, for 24-hour wedding, and here for the authorities setting up a sting of some sort to get the ship. Also, yes, where is the purse? Because she had it when she went out. I don't know where that purse is. Linda says she had her purse when she went to the communicate. No, I did not see a purse when she went to the communications room. She left it in the room. I didn't see that. Only the walkie-talkie she left the room with only the walkie-talkie. I didn't see her go in the room with that purse. And Linda says, oh, by the way, I think reading the radar was for the destination of the Haunted Star, not where the boat is at the moment. Well, that would be good if it was for the destination, because she would have told everybody where they're going, right? Think the destination is always the first reading, and the second on the radar is the position before the boat sets sail. Just my opinion. I don't know. I don't have an opinion because I don't know boats at all. LaShuns says Maxie looks nice, blonde, with blonde and dark hair. Susan says this week has been fairly good. Vicious Victor was getting crazier by the second. Somebody better get Spinelli and Rick. Thanks for the recap. LaShanta says, why did Trina take the walkie? Curtis is going to ask Miss Wu for help. Watch. I like Maxie's hair. I'm over chasing Brooklyn. I can't accept her. Move on. Oh, if he can't accept her, move on. I was mad that Portia didn't answer the phone the first time. I'm just glad they didn't drag that out. Jordan tells Curtis, now she knows about Miss Wu. Trina told her mom she loved her, and Trina let her mom know she was stuck on the boat. Jordan doesn't know Miss Wu's doing illegal gambling there. She just knows Curtis and Miss Wu are in leagues with each other. She knows that. Susan says she let her mom know that Victor doesn't know she's on the boat. I hope it stays that way. Hopefully now, with the coordinates, maybe somebody can find the boat, as long as it's the coordinates for the boat, not for the tracking device. Hopefully Trina sees Victor going into his room and she can lock him in there. They don't have locks on the outside. Only Spencer's door does, right? That would be great. Yeah, only Spencer's door has a lock on the outside, and probably old Brett's too. The ones where they're keeping everybody captive has the locks on the outside. Well, that's it for Comment Corner. Comment Corner. Thank you so much for all of your comments. I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital.